Hello, and welcome to the smartPath webinar. My name is Mallory Pickering, and I'm with the Mississippi Council on Economic Education here in Jackson, Mississippi. And I wanted to take a few minutes to show you teachers how smartPath works so that you can begin using it in your classrooms and implementing this program with your students and getting some great results. So, I'm going to pull up a browser. And I'm going to type in www.smartpath.online. And here I am on the SmartPath homepage. Minimize that. Okay, so what you'll want to do first of all is to create an account. Now this is for the teachers. The students they won't set up a separate account. They'll just use your account for their pre and post testing. A little bit about SmartPath. The Ohio Council on Economic Education, in conjunction with their center at the University of Cincinnati, got a huge grant. And with that grant, they decided to do something really phenomenal, which was to create a financial literacy program for elementary age students. You know, there's not a lot out there for the younger grades. And this is truly innovative and fun and something that your children will enjoy. A lot of attention to detail has gone into this and has made it something that's a really, really good quality program, and it's free to use. So this is an awesome resource. What you'll want to do first is create an account. So fill out this information, enter in the code here, and then click Create New Account. What will happen next is that you'll receive an email, and be sure, especially if you're using your school email, sometimes they're pretty strict with spam blockers and emails. So look for that email from SmartPath and then click the confirmation link within the body of that email, and you'll be set up. And at that point, you'll come back to this page and sign in. So I'm going to sign in with my account today. All right, so this is logging me in. Here I am on the home screen. This is a cute little video to watch if you just want to know a little bit about what SmartPath is, get a visual, or to show your students to get them interested. To start with SmartPath, you're going to come down to these little rocket ships and click Launch Portal. And this is what SmartPath looks like. You're inside the lessons now. So you'll pick your grade. And we have grades 1 through 6. Now, this is customizable. It's very flexible. You as a teacher, you can discern what would be the most beneficial for your students. So some of you might be teaching gifted, and maybe they would use a higher level of grade. Or SPED teachers, you might want to customize it to be at the level where your students are currently operating. Each page, each grade has an overview, and it'll tell you what to expect, what concepts they're going to learn for that age group. So let's take a look here. It says students will follow Lieutenant Robert Maynard as he prepares to sail against the dreaded pirate Blackbeard. So this is for grade 1. Every grade has a story, and the story continues. It's a story arc that continues through each of the 3 lessons. So your students are getting really engaged in the story and the characters, and it's funny and fun, and they'll love it. And so that kind of captures their attention and gives them this context for learning financial literacy concepts. It's not just rote memory. It's not just really, it's not dry at all. It's very engaging. So it says that this unit for grade 1 focuses on types of purchases, goods and services, and then classifies them as needs or wants. So for grade 1 students, very basic, talking about what is a good versus what is a service, and learning to distinguish between a need or a want, which is so fundamental at that age and really at any age. You can see here that smartpath has been mapped in accordance with the Mississippi College and Career Readiness Standards and also the National Jumpstart Standards. So for grade 1, for instance, they're going to be learning some math skills, ELA skills, and social studies. So you can see it's not just financial literacy skills, but also other subjects that are really integrated into this. It's so good. All right, so this is the first thing that you'll do whenever you get into smartpath. We're going to look at grade 1. We're just going to walk all the way through grade 1 to show you what it would look like to take your class through the program. First, you're going to go to the pre-assessment. And because of requests from our funders, we need your students to take the pre and post-assessment. We need this data. We know that SmartPath is a really good program that's very effective, but we need the quantitative data to demonstrate that students are learning and improving their financial literacy skills after having gone through this program. So it says before you teach lesson material, you'll need to conduct a simple pre-assessment with your students. So this is what you're going to do. Enter the pre-assessment. And these are what the questions look like. Now, your students can, one moment. Okay, so you'll click Enter Student Pre-Assessment, and then you'll type in the name of your class. So whatever you want to call it, that's going to distinguish it from another class if you're doing this with more than one group. We can just call this Group 1. So my class, Group 1, is going to take this test. How they can take the test is if they have tablets or computers, you can give them this link and they can take it themselves. Or they can come up one at a time to your desk and take it if you just have a computer or desktop in your room. So they'll click this link and then they'll enter their name. So let's say Susie Jones is going to take the test. So Susie's going to take this test. She's going first to take the test, or maybe they are all taking it at once and they're all taking the test right now. So let's go through a couple of these questions and just see what to expect for first grade for pre-assessment. And don't worry at all if they don't know anything. I mean, this is totally just to gauge where they are, and hopefully, well, most assuredly, by the end of this program, they'll understand these concepts more and will improve on their post-test scores. So this says Jerry has $7. He wants to buy a toy car that costs $2, an ice cream that costs $2, and a nice shiny apple for his mom that costs $3. If he buys them all, how much money will he have left to keep and save? So 7 minus 2 minus 2 minus 3 is 0. Let's look at the next one. And note the sign field names. Another pro to SmartPath. Elaine wants to buy a skateboard for $20. She earns $2 allowance per week. If she saves all of her money, how many weeks will it take to have enough money to buy the skateboard? So 10 times 2 is 20. So they're trying to help kids understand concepts about saving and saving for something that you want and having to make choices between things that you want. Let's look at one more. George wants to buy a new collar and bowl for his dog Newman. The collar will cost $5 and the bowl will cost $3. If George has $9, can he buy a collar and bowl for Newman? Yes, and he'll have $1 left over. Okay, so there are 15 of these questions, and I'm just going to skip through them right now. There's same questions for post-assessment. So at the end, we'll click End Test, and then they'll prompt you to enter another student's name. So that is the pre-assessment. See, we have Susie Jones. She only answered 3 of the questions. All right. It also asked the teacher some pre-assessment questions, just 4. But these are important because we would like to know how comfortable you are with financial literacy and how much do you feel like your students are getting in their current curriculum. So it says, when you're finished teaching all 4 lessons, you'll be able to answer these questions better. But for the pre-test, it says, rate your students' knowledge on the topic of needs and wants. How would you rate your students' confidence in managing money? And how confident are you in teaching financial literacy, which I think is the most important question. A lot of teachers are not very confident in teaching financial literacy, and there are so many good tools to help with that, and it's such valuable information that we hope to really be able to boost that confidence in teachers. Okay, there's 3 questions. I said 4. I misspoke. So after the pre-assessment, you'll go to lesson 1, and it tells you what they want to accomplish in lesson 1, which is students learn that goods and trade services can be traded for currency. They need to be able to define goods and services and understand that they can be purchased. There are no materials required. For some of the lessons, there are materials that you'll use and you'll do activities as a class. But mostly what you're going to be doing is having them watch these little videos, and then there are some games that go with each lesson that they're done on the computer. So most of it is tech-based. All right. I'm going to open this video to show you what it looks like. You won't have any sound, but I'm going to show you just a little bit of what it will look like. All right, so you're entering this little town scene, and this is where they're setting up a story. They're going to tell you about the story, this conflict between Lieutenant Maynard and Blackbeard. That's really going to hook your students in. And then you're going to have a class discussion on what's discussed here. And then you're going to play a game. Let's get the game. The game is about goods and services. Joel teaches Olivia to break dance. Olivia gives Joel a piece of chocolate. Which is a good, which is a service. So your students are going to have to determine whether the breakdancing lessons are a good or a service. So we know that that's a service and a good one. And the piece of chocolate is going to be the good. So if they guess that, then they got it right. If you're using a rake to clear leaves, which is a good, which is a service. So you bought the rake, so that's the good. You rake the leaf, so that's the service. Good job. Lauren gives Christopher her sandwich. Christopher gives Lauren his pizza. And those are both going to be goods. So if they get that right, they're ready to move on to a different game. Okay, so let's exit that lesson. We had that game, another game about goods and services, another video, and a discussion. So the videos are like that one's 2 minutes, this one is 5 minutes, that one's 6. So short videos, but they're really fun and funny and interesting, and your students are going to like that. Let's look at lesson 2. So lesson 2, Maynard has been through a lot. It says that the students are going to learn about prioritizing wants and how they differ between people. Different people want different things, and they make decisions based on what they want. So they're going to learn that money is a limited resource. Students can prioritize wants in a range of circumstances, and they can apply addition and subtraction to dollar amounts. So using some math skills here, let's see what kind of things we're going to do in lesson 2. Video, discussion, 2 videos in interactive. And when it says class interactive, those are the games. So lots of videos and interactives here. All still with this continuous story arc of Maynard versus Blackbeard the pirate. All right, now let's look at lesson 3. So there's 3 lessons per grade. Once you've done the 3 lessons, pre and post tested, then you're done with SmartPath. You've used the program for your grade level. So the last lesson, for first grade, students determine the needs and wants of a range of characters and assess whether they have enough money to satisfy their wants. So this is one where there are materials required. They're going to do a trading game. And this is really, really neat that they're already bringing this idea of trading to first graders. So you'll print these for your students. They're going to learn the concept of trade and how to make 2 parties happy with trades. So it says you'll divide the class into 3 groups: pirate, cowboy, or clown. And so here's what this is like. The pirate will have these things, cowboy has these things, clown has these things. Obviously, the clown doesn't need the treasure chest. That goes with the pirate. So they each have, the pirates are going to have clown shoes, for instance. So one of the clowns is going to have to go to the pirate and try to trade something for the clown shoes, which would probably be the treasure chest. It is an attempt to make both parties happy with a trade. So this is really elementary, but a good way to start teaching the concept of trade. And that's going to be super fun for your kids. So for this lesson, there's just a 2-minute video, and then for 20 minutes, you play the game. So to do lessons 1, 2, and 3, it takes around an hour, 20-something minutes, maybe a little more than an hour for each lesson. So you could do this if you have the kids for a long block of time. You could do this in a day, or you could stretch it out over a week. I heard from a teacher who just did this in her class last week that it took about a week. She devoted a little bit of time each day to it. So then let's look at the review and assessment. Well, first let's look at the homework. There is an option for homework if you want to utilize that. It's a good way for them to practice. So for homework, you print these handouts. And they would be doing the same kind of things that they do in the games and the lessons. Like right here, they're going to try to prioritize what's most important for Blackbeard: an eye patch, oars, soap, etc. Okay. Let's go to the review and assessment. So what they'll do is you can enter this lesson, and there'll just be a short video reviewing everything that they learned in lessons 1, 2, and 3 to get them ready for the post-assessment. Okay. All right, so this is what you'll do. Enter the post-assessment. And then you'll take the test, or they'll take the test one at a time. So start student post-assessment, just like you did before. We say group 1. Let's say, so Susie Jones is going to take the post-assessment. We did this one already, so we know the answers to these. Okay, It says Cosmo wants to make a key lime pie. Okay, he has some ingredients at home, but he needs to buy eggs, butter, limes, and crackers. He would also like to buy some new plates if he has enough money. Help him order his shopping list from most important to least important. So he has to have this stuff to make the pie, but he doesn't have to have that. So that gets priority. Cosmo goes to the store with $12. Add the cost of all the ingredients to find out if he will have enough money to make his key lime pie. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 7 is 11, plus 2 is 13. No, he does not have enough money. He goes to another store where eggs are cheaper. Does he now have enough money to buy the ingredients for his lime pie? 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Yes, he has exactly the right amount. He finds some graham crackers that are cheaper. Does he have enough money to buy the ingredients for his key lime pie now? 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Yes, he's got more than enough money to buy them. The elephant plates Cosmo really wants cost $6. There are also some plain green plates that cost $2. After Cosmo buys his pie ingredients, does he have enough money to buy some plates? Let's see. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Nope. He only has $12. That's going to be 16. He can only buy the green plates. Okay, it says Jasmine offers a music lesson to Sally for $20. What can Sally trade her in return to make everyone happy? So we've got to add up the same amount. 5, 10, and 5. So they'll understand the concept of this from playing the trading game. What can Phoebe trade for $20? Let's see. Okay, count the money for Lauren, Lawrence, and Larry. Which statement below is true? Lauren has 5, Lawrence has 8, and Larry has 4. Lauren has $5. Which of these items could she buy for lunch? So she could buy either of those. Lawrence has 8. Which of these items could he buy? He can buy any of them. Larry has $4. Which of these items could he buy for lunch? Just this one. Okay, so that's the end of the test. So, and it's prompted me for another student. So you can do that just like, oh no, we got 2 of them wrong. I wonder which ones we got wrong now. Okay, it says Lauren has $5. Which of these could she buy? Larry has 4. I don't know, but I got those wrong. Hopefully your students will get them all right. Let's see. Okay, so now that we're done with the post-assessment, here's one other thing that you can do that's pretty neat. You can go to student certificates. And see, Certificate of Achievement is awarded to Molly Jones. I entered her in at a different time, and that's why she's there. But you can also look at a spreadsheet to see how your students did. And finally, take the teacher post-assessment. Let us know how you feel now about your students' knowledge on needs and wants, confidence in managing money, and how you feel about teaching financial literacy in the classroom. So that's SmartPath. I hope that gave you a taste of what it would be like, and I hope that answered your questions for how to work everything within SmartPath. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Please give us an email. It's mscee@millsaps, millsaps Let me look at one more thing. Okay. If you have a technical question with smartpath, let me get out of that. The person to email is here at the bottom. So if you have something that's wrong with the website or problems getting signed up online, then email them at this address. That's not something that MCE manages. We don't manage this website, but we can help you in other ways, any way that we can. We hope that you enjoy using SmartPath and that your kids really like the program. We really, really think they will. And thank you for attending this webinar.